Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a deep dive into a vehicle that's been making some serious waves, even though it's not officially slated for North America yet. This is the 2026 Ford Edge L, and it's a complete reinvention of a nameplate we all know. Forget the Edge you're familiar with. This is a brand new, three-row SUV designed for the Chinese market, but with features and a powertrain that have many of us wondering if it could be a massive hit stateside. So let's get into it and see what we might be missing out on. Right off the bat, the exterior design is a huge departure from the current Edge. It's bold, it's futuristic, and it's big. The front end is dominated by this full-width LED light bar that connects the slim, modern headlights, giving it a very commanding presence on the road. The grille is massive, with a dynamic, textured pattern that adds a lot of visual interest. It's a design language we're seeing more of from Ford, and on a vehicle this size, it works really well. It looks sophisticated and tech-forward. Moving along the side, you really get a sense of this vehicle's scale. The L in Edge L stands for long, and they're not kidding. It's almost 4 inches longer than the current Edge, and a lot of that extra length is in the wheelbase. This translates directly to more interior space, which we'll get to in a minute. The lines are clean and sharp, with flush pop-out door handles that contribute to a sleek, aerodynamic profile. The floating roof design, created by the blacked-out C-pillar, is a stylish touch that breaks up the vehicle's visual mass. And check out these wheels. They're large and have a very modern, almost EV-like design. It's a handsome and well-proportioned SUV. Around back, the futuristic theme continues. You have another coast-to-coast light bar that echoes the front, with the Edge lettering spelled out prominently just below it. It's a clean and uncluttered design that emphasizes the vehicle's width. The overall look is much more premium and substantial than its predecessor. Whether you love it or not, you have to admit it makes a statement. It's clear Ford wasn't playing it safe with this redesign. Now, let's step inside, because this is where the Edge L truly shines. The first thing that hits you is this absolutely colossal screen. It's a 27-inch 4K touchscreen that stretches almost the entire width of the dashboard. It's not two separate screens joined together, it's one massive, seamless display that serves as both the digital instrument cluster for the driver and the central infotainment hub for the passenger. The graphics are incredibly crisp, the system is snappy, and it just looks stunning. It's the kind of tech you'd expect to find in a luxury German sedan, not a mainstream Ford SUV. The rest of the cabin is just as impressive. The materials feel high quality, with soft touch surfaces everywhere, nice stitching, and thoughtful details. The ambient lighting is customizable and adds a really premium feel, especially at night. The center console is clean and minimalist, with a rotary gear selector, a wireless charging pad, and a couple of cup holders. Everything is laid out logically and feels solid to the touch. It's a very modern, comfortable, and user-friendly environment. Now let's talk about the main reason for that L in the name, the space. The Edge L comes in a 7-seat, 2-2-3 configuration. The second row features 2 captain's chairs that are the stars of the show. They're heated, ventilated, and offer power adjustments. They even have their own little control screen on the armrest. These aren't just seats, they're thrones. Legroom is incredibly generous, making this an ideal vehicle for long road trips with family or for use as an executive shuttle. Getting into the third row is relatively easy, thanks to the aisle between the captain's chairs. And once you're back there, it's surprisingly usable. While it's probably best for kids or shorter adults on long journeys, it's far from a penalty box. There are cup holders and USB ports, so passengers back there are well taken care of. With the third row up, cargo space is limited, as you'd expect, but fold it down and you have a very generous and flat load floor. Fold down the second row as well, and you've got a cavernous space for hauling just about anything. The practicality here is off the charts, but the biggest story with this new Edge L, besides the interior, is what's under the hood. The model we're looking at is the hybrid. It pairs a 2.0-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder engine with an electric motor, delivering a combined output of around 271 horsepower and a very healthy 299 pound-feet of torque. This powertrain is managed by a continuously variable transmission or CVT, and it powers all four wheels. Now, I know what some of you are thinking when you hear CVT, but Ford has done a great job here. It's smooth, responsive, and avoids that droning rubber band feeling that plagues some other CVTs. The power delivery is instant and linear, thanks to the immediate torque from the electric motor. It gets this big SUV up to speed with surprising urgency. Merging onto the highway is effortless, and there's always plenty of power in reserve for passing. But the real benefit of this hybrid system is efficiency. Ford claims a combined fuel economy of around 39 miles per gallon. That is an incredible number for a 3-row all-wheel drive SUV of this size. Think about that for a second. That's better than many smaller compact crossovers. The total range on a single tank of gas is estimated to be over 700 miles, which is just fantastic for a family hauler. It seamlessly switches between electric, gasoline, and hybrid power, and it's all done so smoothly that you barely notice it. On the road, the Edge L is exactly what you'd want it to be: comfortable, quiet, and composed. The ride quality is excellent. The suspension soaks up bumps and imperfections in the road with ease, creating a very serene and relaxing cabin environment. It feels stable and planted, even at highway speeds. The steering is light and precise, which makes maneuvering this fairly large vehicle around town surprisingly easy. It's not a sports car, and it doesn't pretend to be. The focus here is clearly on comfort and refinement, and in that regard, it absolutely excels. Road noise and wind noise are very well suppressed, further enhancing that premium feeling. It's the kind of vehicle you could happily drive for hours on end without feeling fatigued. It feels solid, safe, and incredibly well engineered. So, we have a stunning, futuristic design, a jaw-dropping, tech-filled interior with massive space, and a powerful, incredibly efficient hybrid powertrain. Which brings us to the big question: will we ever see this in North America? Officially, Ford says no. This was designed and built in China for that market. However, the existing Edge is getting old, and the factory that builds it is being retooled for EV production. Ford needs a new 3-row SUV to slot between the Explorer and the Escape. When you look at this vehicle, it feels like a perfect fit for the American market. It ticks all the right boxes: SUV styling, 3 rows of seats, available all-wheel drive, fantastic technology, and a super efficient hybrid option. It would compete directly with vehicles like the Toyota Grand Highlander Hybrid and the Hyundai Santa Fe. It honestly feels like a missed opportunity if Ford doesn't bring it over, or at least a version of it. In conclusion, the 2026 Ford Edge L is a deeply impressive vehicle. It's a massive leap forward in design, technology, and efficiency. It takes the familiar Edge name and elevates it into something far more premium and versatile. While we can only look from afar for now, it shows what Ford is capable of, and it gives us hope for the future of their SUV lineup. It's a compelling package that would almost certainly be a bestseller here. Come on, Ford, make it happen. What do you guys think? Should Ford bring the Edge L to the US and Canada? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more content just like this. We'll see you in the next one.